Hello everyone, I'm very glad today to share with you my conversation with the AppSec Influencer of 2020. She also runs initiative as Infosec Kids, Infosec Girls. She is also in the board of directors at OWASP. Guys, I hope you enjoy my conversation with Vandana Verma. If you do so, please smash the like button. And again, don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. Let's go! Vandana, thank you very much for joining me today. I know that everyone will be thrilled to hear what you have to say to us today. First of all, I would like to congratulate you. You were the Infosec Influencer for 2020. So, big achievement, right? I think you are an example that hard work pays off. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
I know you, Vandana, of course, I've been following for quite some time, but for those who don't know you, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. So about me, my day job is with IBM, and I'm a security solutions architect for Global System Integrators Lab, where we connect with a lot of partners from different organizations. And in my free time, I want to spend it with the OWASP, which is Open Web Application Security Project. I'm one of the global board of directors at OWASP. Apart from that, I run a few diversity initiatives and initiatives around bringing cybersecurity closer to kids. So I run Infosec Girls in India and Infosec Kids so that we can have something for kids and diverse candidates as well as students. So that's about me.
That's perfect. So you are managing to have your 9 to 5 job and still managing time to do a bunch of other things to give back to the community. So congrats. Thank you very much, actually, I might say to you. But one thing that I have a lot that I would like to cover with you, Vandana, but my first topic is about diversity, exactly as you mentioned, right? Uh, how are you trying to engage more women on the cybersecurity world? How is your job to provide that to the community?
So when it comes to diversity, what I feel is that it's not just about speaking that, yes, we need to have more women, but doing the action, the actual action. And if I talk about the stats over the past years, we've seen an increase in the percentage of females in the cybersecurity industry. The latest reports, they show that 24% of the cybersecurity professionals are female. That's significantly higher number than the one that we had in 2013, which was 11%. Um, and interestingly, women are more often reaching the higher level positions such as CDO, IT director, and C-level executives as well now. But if I talk about the number, it's still less. If I like all the positive things I say, but still it's low. So as part of InfoSec Girls, what we're trying to do, or the things that I am doing around, is bringing more women in IT or diversity in information security by training them. It's very, very important to uplift them by training them and not just speaking about it, but actually giving them the kind of right skill sets they need. So we are doing a lot of free trainings at different conferences, at different colleges, different schools, so that we go back to the grassroots and then bring them forward.
Mm-hmm. But you mentioned about skills, right? To teach them some certain skills to make this movement happen. What are those skills?
So cybersecurity is one area which is very vast. Like you can fit in anywhere. Talk about infrastructure security, application security, cloud security, network security. Think of anything, and you can add security to it. Like supply chains, you can add security. You have IoT. You have so many things. So we try and bring the industry experts, and we try and get the right kind of knowledge. Like if you want to be part of IoT security, or let's say automobile security, so what kind of skill sets you need. So we try and bring the industry experts and them sharing the information, doing some small workshops for them so that they can pick up those skills and then take it forward. Because sometimes what happens is you need a kickstart. Like the first step is very hard to take. So once you take that first step and take a leap of faith, I think you can excel in anything and everything. There's nothing which is impossible.
That's perfect. But one another comment that you made very interesting is that women are able to even faster to reach the senior leadership roles, right? Like CDO, CISOs. Why do you think this is happening? I mean, this is a wonderful thing, right? But why do you think this is happening so fast?
See, it's all about the diverse ideas that kicks in. See, like you have some kind of idea. If there are 10 people from the, I'm just giving you a hypothetical example wherein 10 people from the same college, same university, same kind of group set, they
Mm-hmm.
will might be agreeing on the similar things, right? That
Mm-hmm.
happens most of the times. That happens, and that happens in my group also. So and suddenly there is a new person who joins the group, and then they start talking about, oh, this can happen in this way as well. So there
Mm-hmm.
is some difference of opinion is there, but that's a creative opinion, innovative opinion that brings forward.
I
And
see.
that's how I think I'm seeing a lot of women kickstarting their career as a CTO, CEOs, and a lot of my friends have started their own business um, in cybersecurity and whatnot area. And I feel really, really happy to see them growing like this. I think they have a knack to do things differently.
I am sure. I'm sure about that. Really appreciate that, Vandana. But you mentioned another thing also, talking about these other initiatives that you are leading about your Infosec Kids. Super
Yes.
interesting, right? And I mentioned that because 2 weeks ago I talked to one person called Naomi Buckwalter, pretty well-known person in this in this world, and he made a very interesting comment that I've never thought about. It is we because we are always thinking about to create awareness within the company that we are working with. Okay, so everyone security is everyone's responsibility, but I've never thought the need to engage actually the kids to start teaching them about security, right? And she even mentioned like a security hygiene, something like that. It was very, very super interesting. So I've never thought about that. And I see actually that I was falling behind actually because she mentioned to me about this. And actually you are leading one community towards this goal. Could you explain a little bit what you are doing, this InfoSec Kids initiative?
Sure. So when we were doing something with the InfoSec girls, people were very interested because when it comes to the workshop, we don't limit it to the women. We actually let other people also join us and let them be part of it. So there were a lot of parents who were coming and saying that, how about the small kids, like from 5 to 13? So when it comes to that age, you don't have to teach cybersecurity. You have to tell them stories
Uh-huh.
because now they have all the handheld devices, talk about tablet, iPads, now laptop, and they're taking classes on phones and whatnot. So it becomes even more evident that yes, we should tell them some stories about what could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And not just them, how about telling their parents that how
Sure.
they can manage, they can, they cannot spy on them, but still they can take care of the cyber hygiene
Mm-hmm.
so that their kids are secure, because the kind of cases that we have seen in the past, they can be very dangerous. So it's very important to train or educate parents, not train, but educate is the right word for them, parents as well as kids. But when it comes to kids, we try and do the storytelling way,
Mm-hmm.
wherein so that they can understand, because when you tell stories, it's stuck with us. Like I remember listening to the stories like 15 years back and I still remember them.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody tells me a checklist, 1 2 3 4 5, I'll remember for a day, for an hour, and then it'll just go away.
I
So
see.
we're trying to do those things with it.
No, that's amazing. But my doubt is how you are doing that. Are you engaging, create some events and getting people to attend the events, right? To create this awareness to the with the parents and the child, but or you are going to schools and trying to engage with schools to provide this type of events.
So we're doing both. We are doing so we've just created an so it's not too old initiative, but not too new. We
Mhm.
started last year with smaller steps. We are taking baby steps. We are still coming up with our own website. We've got domain last year, but still we are like slow in getting the website up. So probably this month it should be up with all the details. So we
Mhm.
came up with an initiative called 100 Days of InfoSec, wherein every day there will be an advice for students or for kids or for parents, about cybersecurity from the experts in the industry. We are at 86th day, and few more days to come. So that's one initiative we started. We also did some sessions with police officers and the industry experts, asking them to share their experience with the parents. And then we do engage with the schools so that we can connect with the school kids. And sometimes it's not necessary to share pictures. It's not needed to share pictures. It's just talk about the event, that you did an event, and that's about it. So that's what we're trying to do, because we don't want to post any pictures of students doing
Sure.
taking the sessions and all. So we're trying to reach those schools, and we're trying to do that. And then it all started with a small circle of friends and their kids.
No, that's amazing. But I'm assuming we started this very locally, but from last year to today, nothing is local anymore, right? Everyone became more online than ever. And are you planning to spin this off to other countries, or not now, or it's too much? You don't have like 48 hours in a day, correct?
Yeah, I would say that, see, I am not doing it alone. There's a huge team which sits there, which is actually helping me, because it's not just my initiative, it's all of ours initiative. And when it comes to cybersecurity and kids, uh, beat India, beat any other country, everyone is same. There might be some content which we might need to model around different countries, because the kind of education system that we have. And I've been on some of the kids conferences like Kids Security.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was incredible event, and the kids knew so much about cybersecurity. I was super impressed. And so they might need some kind of higher education. Like I talked about Kali Linux, I trained them on Kali Linux.
Uh-huh.
I was like astounded. And when it comes to India, I might want to go back and talk about the cybersecurity hygiene from the start,
I see.
and what things they can do when they're posting something online, or when they're accessing something or clicking something online. So it all
Mhm.
depends, but I wouldn't want to limit this initiative to India or any part of the world. I would just let it fly wherever it goes, where whosoever can take help from it can get benefited out of it. Even one person, if one person get benefit out of it, I would say we'll be more than happy.
It is already an amazing thing that you are trying to do with your colleagues. You don't need to push too hard, because everyone understands the need for that. So I think it's gonna be easier for, oh, I know that Vandana and her team are doing that. Let's try to engage with her and get the benefits that we can. That's perfect. I'm sure you're gonna change more than one mind, Vandana.
Thank you. Thank you. It means a lot.
That's perfect. Vandana, but I want to go straight to OWASP, something that I love as a professional, of course. And I mentioned to a couple of friends and my colleagues that the way that I see the security community engaging between themselves is unrelated to any other part of IT. At least this is my perspective. And we have OWASP in action as change the security world, right? The way they are doing every single step of the way, we do have initiative, a very good one. If you are talking about how we can write better requirements, how we can do better threat modeling, how we can scan our code, how we can do dynamic testing. So every single step, we have one amazing project from OWASP. Open source, everyone can use. So, and you as at the board of directors, and I think you are the vice chairman also, right, on the board.
Yeah.
So I don't know how do you manage your schedule on that. I need to learn that. So what is your feeling, the evolution that OWASP has been having for this couple of years, and what is the projection for the next years?
I think OWASP has come a long way. Like coming to so many projects that OWASP has, catering to every aspect of a pipeline. That's very, very important, like AppSec pipeline. And then not just that, catering to education of developers, security people. On top of it, there are a lot of free scanners which are available, free tools which are available. That's one incredible thing. And if I talk about the global presence. OWASP has over 250 chapters around the world. So it's a huge community of people who are contributing to different projects and to the chapters by speaking and by connecting. And when we are in this pandemic, or we're still all virtual, so I think it actually made the technology application security more closer to people. Now, another aspect that I look at it is um, that OWASP is not just an application security anymore. It's about mobile security. There's a mobile top 10, mobile ASVS. It's in privacy. It's in automated scans. It's in container security. So there are so many things that are there. And if you look at different projects like cheat sheets, I used to be thinking as it's a offensive project. But now, if you look at the website, it's totally a defensive project where security teams can go back and see, okay, this is how a vulnerability can be exploited. This is what this would be the impact. This will be the this is the how we will be fixing it. So like, this is what an organization needs, like the place to go. And you talked about requirements gathering. So there are so many wonderful projects which are helping, so that you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can just pick it up and start using it. Another aspect to it is, if I talk about the future, there are so many things which are happening, and you would hear something really wonderful, which we will be supporting to the developers. So stay tuned for that. I don't want to say it out loud right now, but there would be something very amazing which will be coming for the developers for sure soon.
You are just killing me now with curiosity, Vandana, but that's okay. I can wait. I'm a patient person, and I know the subscribers are patient too, but very eager to figure out what it is.
Yeah, and I want to say something else as well. Like, there are so many wonderful projects which OWASP has, and a lot of people don't know about them. So that's when I started an initiative last year, which is Spotlight Series, so that people get to know. So the Spotlight series has video sections, which is like not more than 15-20 minutes, where I talk to the different leaders of that project and ask them to showcase the project and talk about the project, that how project works, where can people go, where can people contribute, how can people leverage it, and how the tool is in use. So starting with the dependency check to top 10 to zap to any other project, I have covered till now 12 projects on my YouTube channel, and there are many more to come, so that the due that is there for OWASP projects, they can get it. And at the same time, people who want to take help from the open source projects, they can take help, because it's very, very important for the students, for the organizations who are startup. They can't invest so much in the cybersecurity, and it's not practically possible to stand. You're a startup and you're going to be spending so much money on application security. It's practically not feasible. So why not take help from the open source projects and build a first benchmark or a baseline, and then start using the commercial scanner as and when you have the money, or you might want to build on top of the open source scanners, or open source tools that are there, or projects that are there.
So what you are saying, we know that OWASP began very, very technically, right? Building the tools to do that specific feature. But now, not only the technical pieces, the awareness among all these new projects has been created. And can I say that OWASP wants to reach a point to every single part of the security industry? As you mentioned, we have cloud, you have IoT, you have net, we have so many topics that we want to discuss, that we can have security. Do you think that OWASP at some point wants to touch every single point and like have like a huge umbrella of security initiatives to be aligned with everything that the industry needs?
That's a very subjective question, because it all depends on the kind of projects that people are submitting and they are trying to contribute to. Because when it comes to OWASP, it has to take care of its length and breadth at the same time. Grow the chapters, grow the projects, but making sure the current projects that are there, they have the quality in it. People should be able to contribute to them, because all the volunteers, all the leaders, they are there. They are spending their valuable time on the open source projects, and they are giving back to the community. So we have to be very considerate about their timing as well. So I don't want to comment that yes, we're going to be spreading all across, But exactly, I would say that we do want to highlight all the projects that we currently have
I
and
see.
give them their dues, so that there should be a quality in the things than the quantity.
If you don't grow organically, it won't make any benefits to anyone. Makes super sense. But Vandana, I do have one last question to you that I ask for most of my guests, and especially you, because I know that you've been engaging with a lot of people as a mentor. You are an influencer in this world. A lot of people uh, are following you. But we do have a lot of viewers in this channel that wants to start the career in security and or are doing their masters or their college. But to go and get a job, right? To be able to grow in this industry, what would be recommendations on skills needed for this?
Um, so when it comes to cybersecurity, as it's a very vast area, the first thing which is very important to sit down and just make a note of all the things that are there that they can see, like application security, infrastructure security, or network security, or could be AI with cybersecurity or IoT security. So when you write down, try and research more about each field. You don't have to just dig down more, but at least get a bird's eye view that what exactly it is, and understand which area interests you the most. Now, when you get that, there are people who are experts in their area. Try and follow them. Nobody says no. So it's very, very important to gain some insights from the industry experts. See what the content that they are sharing. They might have a YouTube channel. They might be sharing something over blogs, or they might be putting some comment. They might be speaking somewhere, or the resources are available online. And now when we are and during the lockdown, I would say all the conferences were free. All the conferences were hosting their talks free, or now they have it online on their channels or their website. So why don't you go ahead and take a look at that piece, and be very narrow. Like, you don't have to take upon a lot of things. If you start taking too much, you will be just lost in the whole world. And cybersecurity being so vast, it can be time consuming too. So best is uh, zero down on the things that you want to do, then go ahead and make a focus that, yes, like for me, I started off as a network person, jumped to application security, but then they just stuck with me. I would say that it was a serendipity, and then it just happened to me. And I've been in cloud security, mobile security. I've done a lot of certifications around it, but still, application security or product security still stays with me. And that's when my love for OWASP came into picture, and the contributions that I'm doing, different things that I'm doing with OWASP.
That's a great advice, and I'm sure everyone will try to follow this one, Vandana. But Vandana, we are running out of time. Again, really appreciate your time today, accepting being here with me, and I would like to thank you. And who knows if in the future I can steal more of your time. But thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be part of the show. Thank you.